Good morning to you, my friend. So the political standoff, forcing big cuts at the IRS, could impact people who are trying to sign up for their health care this fall. Most operations are closing down. We're going to start to see the impacts now. Are you worried that's going to change public opinion on the showdown?
Well, I have no doubt that it will. Chuck Schumer last night told reporters that this shutdown is going really well for Democrats. But how foolish of a statement to make like that when our troops are going to start missing paychecks on October 15th, just a few days away from now. I mean, it's astonishing how tone deaf these Democrats are, that they think that the politics is good for Democrats, but it's bad for the enlisted 23-year-old sailor who's trying to feed his young babies and take care of his family, who can't afford to live, who's already living paycheck to paycheck, who can't afford to miss that paycheck on October 15th because Chuck Schumer shut down the government's playing politics. So hopefully 5 Democrat senators will come to their senses today and join Republicans to pass the short-term 7-week continuing resolution, reopen the government. That's the right thing to do. Democrats still have time to do it. Today's the day to do it. I'm still hopeful that will happen.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that you brought up our military, because that's who this is really hurting. These are the people who are making the ultimate sacrifice. They're out there fighting for our country, and they're not going to get paid for it right now. And as you know, so many of our service members, so many Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Could you just elaborate on really how this is impacting, those in the Navy, those in the Army, all of our servicemen and women?
Yeah, it will hurt nobody more than our service members and across the entire military who are serving all over the world, who put on the uniform. They're going to start missing paychecks, and they're going to feel the pain from that. But you know who else will be impacted will be all those communities where there are military bases, all those small business owners, those restaurants and shops and small towns, or wherever there is a military base in the United States of America, and they rely on their customers who serve in the military. They're going to be hurt too because of Chuck Schumer and these Democrats shutting down the government. Now, I get it. I hear from Hoosiers every day who understand that the government in Washington is way too big, and they think about all of the wasteful bureaucracy and bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. So in that case, a government shutdown means, less government, and in many ways we're okay with that. But quit playing politics with our troops, with our air traffic controllers, with our border patrol agents at the border who are keeping illegals and drugs out of our country. That's what Chuck Schumer is doing. He's directly hurting all of those people and their families, and it's shameful, and they should put a stop to it today, come to their senses, and vote for the CR.
Yeah, Senator, in our last hour, we had one of your colleagues, Jim Langford, on. He said that the Senate may actually take up today or this week the defense appropriations bill. So even if the CR doesn't get passed, you could actually get the Senate to vote, approve funding to get troops and our military their full funding. Do you see any movement from Democrats to be able to do that? Because that also needs 60 votes.
Yeah, I don't think the Democrats will go with that. I mean, they're holding all of this sabotaging, holding all of this hostage for an extra $1 trillion to extend COVID-era Obamacare subsidies. I mean, that's what the Democrats are demanding, another $1 trillion. The COVID is long gone. The pandemic is long over, and they want to keep spending an extra $1 trillion in subsidies. And that's why they're willing to hurt our military families, shut down the government, play politics. Chuck Schumer, again, said last night this was good politics for Democrats. It's really bad for our troops. It's really bad for our country. So I don't think the Democrats will go for that. They are so out of their mind when it comes to what they're demanding and what they're willing to do that's hurting a lot of families around this country.
We only have about 30 seconds left, but I want to get to this because I know that you're now demanding an investigation into significant errors in the 2020 census. Could you explain why you're now blaming the Biden administration for illegally shifting congressional districts in Democrats' favor?
Well, remember, the census happened in 2020 under President Trump, but President Biden and his administration was who released the data, and they used this really shady privacy formula to shield illegals in the 2020 census. And now they've admitted, the census has admitted, because of what the Biden administration did, they've miscounted 14 states. That means if you do the math, Florida should have at least 2 more congressional seats than what they do. Texas should have at least one more congressional seat. And then blue states like Minnesota, Colorado, and Rhode Island should have one less congressional seat. This is the biggest, I think, one of the biggest scandals in American political history because it also skews the electoral college. Thank God President Trump won by a lot more than what a lot of people thought he would, but he had to win states that otherwise he wouldn't have had to win to be the president.
Yeah.
The Democrats tried to use this process to steal congressional seats, steal the presidential election, and we need to make sure that the shady formula is never used again. I'm asking the Department of Commerce and the Census to get back with us on the raw data so states can take another look at the way that they drew the congressional maps a few years ago.
Yeah. All right, Senator Jim Banks, of course, they complained about gerrymandering while doing it.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Great to see you, my friend.